guys, so today's going to be a fun day. We are going on a road trip up to a little bit north of Gisenyi, which is in the northwest of Rwanda. We are going to somewhere that I have wanted to go to for a really long time. It is book related, I'll tell you that much, but I'm not going to tell you where we're going. You'll find out in the next video. But I wanted to go at the beginning of the year. I contacted them and I said, hey, can I come and have a look around, do a video? And they got back to me and said yes. But then it was the wet season, and it was a heck of a wet season. Oof, my goodness, did it pour down. And because I'm going by bike and it's a little bit off-road to get there, I couldn't really do it with the equipment on the back. I haven't seen the roads before, and I don't know how bad they are. So we waited, and the other week they contacted me, sent me a message saying, you know, the weather's lovely, the roads are good, do you want to come? And I'm like, yeah, yeah, I really do. So I'm very excited to go and see this. It's going to be at least a 3.5 hour ride, maybe a little bit longer if we stop for food and drink. I've decided that I'm going to leave my laptop at home. Because it's got everything for the restaurant on it. It's getting on in years a little bit, and I just don't want to risk it. And I've got to admit, this is the first time I've ever been on a road trip without a laptop. And it's a bit like coffee withdrawal. I'm getting the jitters. It's like, but what if I need to do this, or I need to do this? No, I'm sure I will survive for 3 days. We're going up to Gisenyi for a couple of days and then down, possibly back through Musanze for something. So yeah, anyway, this is my first time traveling without my laptop. I do have a phone, so I'm sure I will survive for a couple of days. Let's get on the road. Okay, packed and ready to go. Okay, so I've just stopped off at a little petrol station that is just outside Kigali, like well, once you get past the traffic, it's about 10 minutes out of Kigali. We're just grabbing some water and a roulette, which is just an egg omelette wrapped up in a chapati, because I haven't had any breakfast yet. So I'm going to have a quick snack, and then we're going to have something proper when I get to Musanze. Interesting. I've been here a few times, and I was looking at the menu, and it's got red smoothie, yellow smoothie, and rosemary lemonade. Those are three things that we have always sold at our restaurant. I think Casa Queza was the first place ever to do red smoothies, yellow smoothies and rosemary lemonade with turmeric. And they're doing them, that's on their board here. So I think somebody who set up this restaurant, this resto, must be a fan of Casa Queza. So I think they've kind of, yeah, copied the menu. It's mostly chapati. But it's okay, it's just got to get me to Musanze. The other reason I like to stop here is because it's kind of a little bit up in the hills, there's some windy roads. And so if my luggage is not securely attached, at this point I would know. Now thankfully, everything seems to be on the bike, everything seems to be okay. I've given it a bit of a wobble. So if it's made it here without falling off, it should make it to Giseni without falling off. Hopefully. Yeah, so I'm just going to eat this and we'll get back on the road. I'm not going to film the ride between here and Musanze because I've done this journey, I've filmed this journey many times before. If you want to see that, I'll leave a link somewhere and you can see the full ride from Kigali up to Giseni. But for me, I just want to turn off the camera. I don't want to worry about it unscrewing itself and falling off or anything like that. I'm going to pop it in the bag. I'm just going to drive up to Musanze and I'm going to go to Kramer Coffee. And then when I get up to Giseni, I'll turn the camera back on because I've never been up to this place that we're going to before. And I think the ride could be quite interesting. So, see you a bit later. There's something a little bit wrong with this omelette. Like, it's chewy like paper. Like, it's the strangest texture. The chapati's all right, but I think we're going to take the omelette out. That is not what I would expect to find in a Rolex. I'm not entirely sure how they've cooked that. It's almost like a soggy cracker. But the chapati's really good. So I'll finish that. Might feed some to this tiny little wagtail. So yeah, this still looks like it's on pretty solid. Yeah, I think that's going to stay on at least to Musanze, probably to Giseni. So let's find out. So we made it to Kramer. Luggage still intact. Okay, so this is the Thai beef wrap. And caffeinated. I feel like maybe Kramer has changed ownership. It's definitely not what it used to be. They used to have like lots of cookies and cakes and a nice menu, and it kind of feels like it's kind of, well, it used to be in the centre of Musanze and now it's moved out to the outskirts, and I think that's maybe taken a toll because it's really kind of quiet now, whereas it used to be kind of packed. Yeah, it used to be kind of a definite stopping off place, but the food looks good. Let's try it. It's called the Thai beef wrap, I think. It's got some sort of sweet sauce in it, but nothing very sort of spicy or anything like that. Yeah, I'm glad to be here. I'm having a bit of a relax and a break. It was a fairly uneventful drive. I got pulled over by the police once. He wanted to check my driving license and my insurance and everything like that. So that was kind of okay. They were very friendly though. That does happen quite a bit when you're driving. Yeah, they sometimes just stop you just to check whether or not you've got insurance, make sure that you've got your driving license and things like that, but very friendly. I did a whole video once about being stopped by the police. It does happen quite regularly. If you're driving in Rwanda, just be aware that might happen, but it's always very friendly, very low key. There was one lorry that was being crane lifted out of the drains. We have really big drainage ditches on either side of the road, and so sometimes the brakes on the lorries aren't so good, and instead of like going round the corner, they just go straight off the bend and into one of the drainage ditches. It looked like a really bad accident actually. They had lots of bottles of like juice, very brightly coloured, like orange Fanta, maybe Coke kind of bottles of syrup, all lined up on the side of the road. It has been so empty on the roads, it's been blissful. Mondays are the days to go on a long road trip. And yeah, I'm already feeling a lot better. It's so beautiful, it really is. The big green mountains, and there's also like this smell, and I think it's eucalyptus over charcoal. So burning eucalyptus over old charcoal stoves, and the smell, it's just so distinctive, and it's just, I don't know, there's something really nice. It's the same smell like if you buy Congolese masks, the old ones, and you smell the back of it. They often char the wood to cure it, and it's got that same really smoky kind of, it's a really nice smell. And you know, you used to smell it in Kigali a lot, but over the years, like charcoal has been sort of banished from Kigali, so you don't smell it very often anymore. But when you get out of town, you get a waft of it occasionally. It's really, I don't know what it is, it's like evocative of something, I don't know, something Central African and sort of related to, I don't know, the mountains and the hills and the land. I don't know what it is, but it's just a really nice smell. Sunny out, it's still beautiful weather. What I've also realised is it's cold up in the mountains. And when you live in Kigali, you forget this, because at the moment it's middle of the dry season, really like hot in Kigali. But the second that you start getting up into the mountains, you feel the cold. So I've got a shirt with me. At the moment I'm just wearing like a vest top, because I didn't want to be too hot when I was driving, but I think I'm going to put my shirt on as well, because going up into the mountains, you really feel it. I'm loving being out of Kigali. I love Rwanda. I mean, this is what I love about Rwanda. I love the land and the hills, and you know, and the people that you meet whilst you're driving, you know, loads of kids like waving, and it's so relaxing. And especially today, because the traffic has been really low. Like usually trying to get up to Gisenyi, you get stuck quite a bit behind slow lorries, but today the traffic has been moving. There's been a lot of empty roads. It's been an absolute joy, and I can just feel like the tension of the past few months, like setting up the restaurant and all of the stuff that went with it. I've really enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun, but it's also been quite stressful, and I can just sort of feel it kind of sort of drifting out behind me as I'm riding. And my bike is enjoying it as well. I actually had a bit of an awful experience the other day, because I had new tyres put on Friday, because I knew that I'd be leaving on Monday. Brand new tyres. And then the next day, after putting the new tyres on, I'm driving home from the restaurant really late at night, and I'm thinking, this is weird. I mean, you know, we'd done this big event at the restaurant, and I had been working all night, so I had not had a drop of alcohol. But trying to drive home, the bike wasn't going where I was asking it to go, and I had this weird moment. It was like I felt drunk even though I hadn't had any alcohol, and the bike just wasn't, it was like wobbling, and it was really, really weird. And the next morning I got on it daylight again, and I drove up to the gate to come out of my house, and I parked to come back and close the gate, and I looked down and I saw this. That was yesterday morning I discovered that my brand new back tyre had a puncture, and it was a Sunday, which was a problem, because our mechanic Bertin, he lives outside Kigali and he don't work on a Sunday, and so I was having like this absolute mental crisis, because I got the new tyres so that I could drive to Gisenyi today, and the day before I leave I've got a puncture and it's a Sunday and my mechanic is out of town. But I called him, and like the absolute champion he is, he agreed to come into town. So he drove into town and he repaired the tyre, got me a new inner tube and pumped it up, and so we were ready to go this morning. But it was a bit of a, oh, you know, when you think that you've planned, for everything, you're all packed, you're all ready to go, and then something happens that you just didn't even see coming. So that happened. But it's okay, and my new tyre, my new inner tube, everything's doing well, and the drive up has just been, it's been really joyful. I needed it. I needed to get out of Kigali for a bit. And just to get on the road, and the bike is loving it, because usually the bike goes short distances around town, and so it doesn't really get to clean out the engine. I never get into fifth gear, so we've been like flying down the empty roads, and yeah, it's going well. So the bike's getting a good run, I'm relaxing, and most importantly, the luggage is still on the back. Right, back on the road again. So Google Maps reckons that we're only about an hour away, so we turn off before we get to Gisenyi. So let's go see. I'm a bit nervous about the off-roading, but we're going to find out. Okay guys, we've got a problem because GPS is telling me to turn off here, which is somewhere called Gender RIB Post. It's raining, so I can't really keep my phone out for very long because of the water. And the guy I'm going to see isn't responding. So GPS is telling me to turn here, but I am not convinced, and there is absolutely zero signposts. I've asked the people at the post office, but they don't know, which is not unusual around here, so I'm not too sure what I'm doing. Yeah, it's definitely raining, and I can't seem to find out where I'm going, so... Oh my god, my feet, my shoes are completely soggy. I'm not sure where I am. Let me check my phone. time stopping. This place is feeling impossible to find. I don't know where I'm going. They gave me a new place to put on GPS, and I think I've gone past it, so I need to turn around. Okay, I have no idea where we are. Fourth time stopping. They sent me another GPS, I followed it, but every time it tells me to turn, there is no road. So I really don't know what I'm doing. A little resto, and I'm sending them my location to see if somebody can come and find me. It has to be no alcohol for me. I'm driving, so yeah. What are these?
Caraway biscuits.
How much? Okay, so my feet are wet, but the rest of me is now dry, and I have some biscuits and I have a Coke. So I'm going to wait here, and the guy is coming from, well, he's driving up from Kigali, and he should be here in about 30 minutes, and then he can show me where we're going. Let's see what these biscuits are like. Quite nice. They're very soft and sweet. They remind me of like a Farley's Rusk, like a teething biscuit. It's raining really, really badly. So I think they're trying to send a motor for me to go with them. But it's raining really, really badly. So I'm happy to sit here for a minute. I changed my top, but I've got a very wet bra.
でも
goodness, guys, that was, wow, that was an incredible drive. I was so grateful. The guy who showed me was called Innocent, and just such a nice man, as was the man at the resto who organised for me to get here. It's about, I think, about half an hour before sundown, so I'm so grateful that they brought me. Yeah, I wouldn't have wanted to do it in the dark, but wow, it was fun. There were some hair-raising moments there, but it was fun. I'm a bit speechless at the moment because of this. I don't know if you can see this. I am in the bedroom of someone quite special historically to Rwanda, and I'm sleeping here for the night. So I've just arrived. I'm gonna take off all of my wet clothing. I'm actually dry underneath because I have waterproofs, but my feet are soaking wet. So I'm just gonna go and have a wash. They're bringing me some hot water, and I'm really glad I didn't bring my laptop. I just want to be here and to experience it and to tell you all about it in the next video. Can't believe I'm in this room, honestly. Wow, I was not expecting this. There's a little toilet in here and there's a bookshelf in the toilet. This is the best place. We've got the hot water and a hot water bottle. There doesn't seem to be a lock on the door. Hope I don't give anybody a surprise. This is nice. I've got my wash kit here and I can wash myself from the bucket here, which is nice. Stand up wash. Oh, this is delightful. The water is so warm. Oh, it's wonderful. That feels a lot better. The water was so warm that my feet are actually warm now. Look at this. Look at the carved detail of the cherubs on the fireplace. This is incredible. Tea and coffee. Open fire and a cat, what more could you ever want? Cat eating carrots. I'm having the most lovely evening. So a friend from Kigali, he lives in Musanze and he runs this hiking and tourism business. But we met at my restaurant the other day in Kigali. Sorry, the electricity's gone a bit funny. And he does hiking tours, and he brought a lady hiking. They've hiked for 6 hours from Musanze to here today, and they arrived about the same time I did. And we've just had a lovely evening chatting and eating food, and it's lovely here. And I feel a bit special. I didn't realise. I thought that this was the guest house, but it's not. This is Rosamund Carr's house, and they're letting me stay in it, and it feels really special. And yeah, I'm just so privileged. And there's photographs of her everywhere. I'll show you tomorrow. And the bedroom, it's amazing. And just to meet people that I know. I mean, I would say Kigali's a village, but generally Rwanda is a village. Like, everybody knows everybody. It's really nice, and we've just had a lovely meal. And if you told me this morning, because it was so hot in Kigali, so hot, like I was sweating, dripping before I set off. If you told me that tonight I'd be sitting in a fire with an open fire up in the hills, like I would not have believed it. So it's really nice. So I got caught in the rain and I'm drying my top here and my shoes over there by the fire, and it's toasty warm. So I'm just having a little look around the room. There's so many pictures in here. There are so many books here. It's really quite amazing because books are quite rare, so to see so many of them. Oh look, George R.R. Martin, Game of Thrones books. I guess, oh, Tolkien. Maybe these were left here by people who've come to stay. This is a weird one. Look at that. Oh, looks like it's been a bit weather worn. What is it? Shadow play. Gosh. But that's small print. Oh no, normal size print. That book looks like it's seen better days. No copies of Land of a Thousand Hills. Gosh, look at this. That's an old book. Yeah, rare to see so many books. And there's this bookshelf, and there's loads of bookshelves. There's a bookshelf in the bathroom. There's bookshelves in the front room. Oh, and seashells. My dad's got some of these in the bathroom from holidays in Greece. Love looking through bookshelves. Got some banana leaf sculptures. Agaseki peace basket. Do you think that was the guy from the book? That's not the dog that came with them from England, was it, do you think? I wonder what date that was. I keep wanting to say it was a dog called Poppy. I can't remember. It feels very intimate being in here. I can't get over this, the carving. Look at it. It's like something you'd see in a great hall in England. I wonder if that came with them from the pyrethrum plantation. These are hydrangeas. Driving in today, we saw that there were loads of hydrangeas. I really wish that I'd had time to reread the book, because when I asked if I could come and sorry, my clothes just everywhere. When I asked if I could come and make a video here, I'd literally just finished it, and I wish that was like the beginning of the year, I think, or the end of last year, and I wish that I just had time to reread it. Oh, Plain Song. So I picked up this book on a book barge in London. I was in London staying with my aunt in Islington, and on the canal there was a little barge full of books, and I had just enough time to grab one book, I think, and I picked up Plain Song and read it. Right, well, time for bed, and tomorrow we shall have a proper look around. I'm very excited. Look how thick and fluffy this is. It's a wonderful duvet. Look at the bed linen. This is incredible. It's like I'm back in a cottage in England, or it's amazing. Got to pop Percy here. This is Percy, named after my grandfather, and he comes with me everywhere. Oh, wow. I don't even know what this mattress is made of. Got my socks. Honestly, my bed in Kigali, at the moment I sleep with a duvet, and it's paper thin, because it's the middle of the hot season. I can't believe that tonight I'm here in this room with this big fluffy duvet, and it feels, I don't know what the mattress is made from, but it's definitely not Rwanda foam. It feels really comfortable, incredibly comfortable.